This is the Retro Gamer Ranting Twitch, Hessrf, and I hope you had a wonderful weekend. I certainly did, and I'm here today to talk to you about first-person shooters, not just any kind of first-person shooters, one that's near and dear to my heart, one that's very close to me because it's one of my favorite console first-person shooter series out there. It's called TimeSplitters. Now, everyone knows who's been following the tragic tale of TimeSplitters is there's not going to be a TimeSplitters 4. For the most part, the creator of TimeSplitters, the co-founder of Free Radical, which was who created the original TimeSplitters, basically said there's not going to be a TimeSplitters 4. And I'm going to get into that. Here's what my original rant was going to be today. Actually, now that I look back at it, it was going to be boring. It was going to be stupid. It was just going to be another Me Too vlog, I guess. Why? Because I was going to actually go over the new Call of Duty Black Ops 2 trailer. I was going to give my opinions on what I thought of it. I was going to sit there and go through it and go, oh, this looks cool, this doesn't. I see what they're doing here. This part was kind of whatever. And the reason why is because I actually was excited about it. I really, really was. Like, I haven't been excited about a Call of Duty game in a very long time. Even the original Black Ops I was kind of excited about, but not that much. And I just didn't have any desire for Modern Warfare 3. I just went the exact opposite way. I was actually going to say, hey, this trailer has made me a little more excited. I'm kind of excited about the Black Ops 2. I could get it. They might try something different for a change. And so then I stumbled upon an article on the Escapist magazine, escapistmagazine.com, which has some really good stuff. Zero punctuation is one of my favorite things on there. But it basically was an interview with Steve Ellis, the Free Radical co-founder who created TimeSplitters. And the long short of it is there's no money in first-person shooter games anymore. And pretty much a first-person shooter will lose money if it doesn't have Call of Duty in the title. And I don't agree with everything he says in this article because he basically totally knocks away the idea of there ever being a TimeSplitters 4 because the fact that first-person shooters cost so much to make and is so much of a risk, you never seem to get your money back in the long run. And he made reference to Battlefield doing okay, but Crysis 2 never made anywhere close to their development costs and that kind of stuff. And unless it's a AAA title, publishers are not going to take a risk on it. He shopped around, tried to get TimeSplitters 4, but there was just no interest because he was basically told, and he's basically convinced, no one's going to buy TimeSplitters 4, which I completely disagree with, considering there's been such a big interest in it. At least I believe TimeSplitters has a huge cult following. And I think the fact of the matter is when there was a little hope left that, oh, maybe there will be a TimeSplitters 4. There was a rumor going around, TimeSplitters 4 is in development. And then a week later, it got shot down and TimeSplitters 4 isn't in development. So many people touched on it and were just like, oh, I love TimeSplitters 2, blah, 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 blah. And what made the TimeSplitters series so wonderful, and I'm just going to go into why I personally believe it is one of the best console first-person shooters I've ever played. But I'm saying console because there's a difference between PC gaming first-person shooters and console first-person shooters, in my opinion. And it's a great party first-person shooter because, one, Steve Ellis also was in charge of programming the multiplayer aspect of GoldenEye on the N64. So, it's literally a spiritual successor to the original GoldenEye. And you can see it everywhere, from how your health and armor is, from how you hold the weapons, how you play. And everyone's like, well, that's not original Twitch. Why are you trying to support a game that doesn't have an original bone in its body, and it's trying to be like, you know, that's not going to beat Call of Duty. Oh, bull crap, original bone in its body. You know what TimeSplitters did way before everyone of the big guys were doing it? On the consoles. This was before we had hard drives on our consoles and the ability to share our files on consoles via the internet. TimeSplitters had a map editor that you could create single and multiplayer maps and challenge maps. It wasn't the most complex map editor ever, but it was awesome. It had weapons from different time periods that you could use, along with different aesthetics. It had a laundry list of really goofy characters. It was pretty much slapstick. The storyline didn't take itself seriously, at least in 2 and 3. TimeSplitters 1 didn't really have a storyline. It was just there. TimeSplitters 2 is where it really came into itself. Oh my god! It's so much better than what GoldenEye was multiplayer-wise, and I'm not knocking GoldenEye. GoldenEye is also up there as being one of the best ever, but this was one of the best homages ever to that series. It had an insane amount of modes that you couldn't even wrap your head around. It was perfect. I remember on my bachelor party, that is one of the games we all sat around and played. That's how much I loved this game. And it was fun. It had bots for those times where you didn't have friends over to play against. The bots were pretty stupid, but it was in a way where it was still fun that you could just run around in these maps and just blow away the competition and feel awesome. It just hit all the right beats. It didn't have realistic gun physics. It didn't have perks or anything like that. You had to pick up your power-ups the old-fashioned way when everything was on the ground. You wanted a gun, you had to know where it was in the map, and you had to go get it. You wanted a power-up, same thing. It was all a rush to the best weapons and who could get there first. But that kind of stuff don't sell anymore. It's too old school, apparently. And you know what? This is not the first time Call of Duty is being blamed for it. Now, I know he's basically talking about all AAA first-person shooter titles, but he mostly was talking about Call of Duty. And this is not a new problem. Call of Duty has had its fair share of critics in the past. In fact, even the big-name web game magazines out there have even stated it. Every now and then, I'm not going to say which ones, but they know who they are, you'll see an article crop up, usually in that in-between time when there's not enough information on the next Call of Duty and the last Call of Duty is starting to slow down. You're going to see an article pop up where the author of the article basically say, oh, how horrible Call of Duty is for first-person shooters and what it's doing to hurt first-person shooters and all that stuff. And then it'll be up there, and you'll see it. And then, of course, a month or two later, or even maybe a few weeks later, all of a sudden, once the Activision check passes, they'll put up something else saying how wonderful Call of Duty is for gaming and how much it innovated everything. So, it'll pop up for a moment, but then they'll do an article later because they realize, oh God, if we don't say nice things about Call of Duty, we might not get our check in the mail this week. So, who knows? Maybe I'm out of line. Maybe there's no checks in the mail. Maybe it's just one of those things that just seems suspicious to me. So what I'm basically getting at is TimeSplitters is a classic in every sense of the word. And I don't agree with Steve Ellis and his whole, oh, no one's going to buy it. There's no money in it anymore. We're moving away from it because we're not going to make any money off it, which I'm upset at that. He can at least he could just do what everyone else is doing and do HD remakes of the old ones, upgrade the graphics a bit, maybe give online multiplayer support, get that stuff out there. You see, that's how you market it. That's how a lot of these older games have been revitalized, is throw it out there and then so people get it fresh in their memory for when a sequel comes out. He could have tried that. Do a remake on the PC. The PC gamers have never got a quality GoldenEye-like game on the PC. The PC never got that. So maybe by introducing it to a new audience, you might be able to get the PC crowd interested in it. Lord knows the PC crowd is getting sick of Call of Duty. Well, at least I am, and I consider myself part of the PC crowd. Call of Duty's just... Maybe Black Ops 2 will do something different, but the problem is it's strangling everyone else. Anytime someone comes up with an innovative idea or tries to do something different, which in this case apparently TimeSplitters is something different, even though it came out way before Call of Duty, and in my opinion is a lot more innovative and a lot more fun multiplayer-wise than Call of Duty ever is. Sorry, that's just my opinion, but I guess I'm just too old school. But apparently, because it's too goofball or off the wall, it's not going to sell, and publishers don't want to take a risk with it. They want to make sure they just keep doing everything the same over and over again, so they know they'll be able to get their millions and millions of dollars back. Thousands and thousands. $1,000! It just kind of saddens me that it came to this. That there's such a powerhouse out there, that good developers out there, that with great ideas and innovative ideas are being held back, are feeling squashed or feeling hopeless because, hey, there's no use to it because Call of Duty's just going to come out and squash everything. And it's driving me nuts. And I went from the course of one day's time wanting to do a vlog on how I was actually getting excited about Call of Duty to absolutely hating Call of Duty again, just because of this article, just because it reminded me how much it's holding. And this isn't even the little guy. This is Free Radical. These guys have been around for a while. It's not like they're even holding down an indie guy here. They're holding down a guy who has obvious talent, who has history in the market, who worked on the original GoldenEye, who knows what he's doing when he makes these first-person shooters. He's not a little guy, but he's feeling squashed because, hey, I'm not working on Call of Duty. I'm not working on Battlefield. They're no use. I might as well just give up. Which I don't think is, it's sad that he feels this way. Like I said, he could just release some HD remakes and maybe get some interest in again. Maybe we will see it. So I don't know. And it's sad that Steve Ellis has such a defeatist attitude over this, because he could rise above this. And maybe as fans, we can get that across to him. Maybe by doing something. Maybe by tweeting to him, emailing to him, just trying to say, hey, man, you might feel defeated here, but we support you. We'll buy TimeSplitters 4. Heck, we don't even need TimeSplitters 4. We'll buy like an HD remake or something like that. Just put it out there. Give us a shot. Maybe put out an HD TimeSplitters 2 and see what happens. Put it out on all the systems, on the PC, the Xbox 360, everything. Heck, it can even go out on the Wii for all we know, even though it won't be HD on the Wii. Just give us a shot. There's enough of a cult fan following. I could even see a fan-made mod or something out there. I don't have the talent to do that, but I wish I did, because I would. I would love to see a recreation of TimeSplitters out there. I would like to see that. So, anyway, there we go. Thanks again, Call of Duty. Thanks for sticking another fork in a great series just because you have to make your billions of bucks. But that's just my opinion. I'm not trying to piss anyone off. This was just me being pissed off for the most part. And I know a lot of people are going to disagree with this. And I'm not necessarily knocking Call of Duty in a whole. It is a decent first-person shooter series. It's just getting old to me. So, as always, leave a comment down below with your personal opinions on the matter. I would love to hear from you guys. Do you think innovation has come to a stall when it comes to first-person shooters because of this? Or, do you think the Serious Sams and the hard resets will rise above eventually and kind of prove Call of Duty wrong? Do you think the fans will finally start getting it through their head, hey, the reason why we keep getting the same thing is because we keep buying the same thing? So, again, in my opinion, if you want to see a change, make it happen with your wallet. You can say, oh yeah, I don't like this, I don't like this, I don't like this, but when the time comes and you still buy it, that's not saying anything. That's just telling the developer to keep doing it. That's just telling the publisher, just keep making this. So, again, Call of Duty's the same thing. Who knows? Maybe it's too big of a powerhouse right now. It's just sad to see it squash such a beloved franchise like that. But anyway, thanks for listening, everyone. If you like this rant, make sure you check out my other ones. Make sure to rate, to subscribe, and fave if you haven't already. That fans the fire that keeps me doing this for you guys. I do it for you guys. I do it for your entertainment, and just to get my useless knowledge out there, I guess, as well. But I appreciate it. Till next time, game fans, keep playing, and thanks for watching.